up, baby, I'm in charge.
Trill.
What's going on, everybody? Once again, it's the Commissioner's Recap. And you know who I am. I'm the Commissioner, a.k.a. Rae Trill, the Street EO of the IBOXINGHUB-USA. Not CEO, Street EO, because I'm in the streets. You know me, baby. You already know what it is, man. I got a fun episode today of this, the second episode of the Commissioner's Recap. I got some wonderful guests coming through. I'm going to kick it off right now with one of the top. If you don't know this, you ain't in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? The guy that I'm about to bring is a great boxing mind. Not only is he a great boxing mind, he's a great boxing insider. I'm not gonna brag about letting y'all know who he is and stuff like that. I'm just gonna let you know he's the man. And is a dear friend of mine. His name is Aladdin. So I just want to invite him to the show. Let him know who you are, boss. Let him know who you are. The man, the Memphis. Yo, you be behind the scenes all the time. Yeah. Behind the scenes all the time.
Yeah, I direct boxing basically for Top Rank and some other big fights and big shows, but that's what I do. So
yeah, big. I gotta say this. I was on X one time, and some guy was trying to act like he know. And you just let him go. You're like, all right, you know more than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how he gonna say something to my man? He don't know who he talking to right now.
No, I let it be. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not one for bragging and just like I tell the guys, whatever with the links and the stuff. I'm more on the inside in the trenches. So if you know something I don't, great for you. And you can't. You're not gonna bring everybody in. You're not gonna let everybody know who you are, and that's fine. He had a certain opinion, that was his opinion. I knew what was fact and not, and what did you tell me one time? You like, don't get an argument with a fool online, because you never know from a distance who's who. You told me that, and I was like, yep.
You already never argue with fools, because people from a distance can't see who's who.
Exactly. It's worse online too. So it's like,
yeah. We was just talking about that, man. How everybody shout out to yours truly, Trey, in the comment section. That's right. That's what it is. Big up. It definitely a true legend for Top Rank. That's definitely, he's talking about you, my brother. That's what.
Cool. I can't see it, but thank you, Trey.
Yeah. That's who he's talking about. That's yours truly, Trey. He's talking about you. True legend for Top Rank.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. It's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. We was just talking about how people will get online and say just about anything. They lost the respect and type of morals and stuff. They lost all that. They lost all that nowadays, and that's what I'm trying to bring back to the sport of boxing with this show that I do with the recap. I'm trying to bring fun, love, and respect and smiles back to the sport that we love so much. There's so much cutthroat and hate and so much clout chasing and so much, you know what I'm saying, disrespect going on. I wanted to bring in a different light, so that's what I'm here to do. And
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. We just had the homie. Maybe he'll come back. But yeah, it's a lot going on in boxing. I definitely wanted to start off about your thoughts on not last week's fight. I got to get your thoughts about Undisputed. That's what I need to get your thoughts about. It's been a lot of things going on. Atlanta, you got to keep it real with me, man, because you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just going to agree with me just to agree with me, but you got to keep it real with me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Am I bugging? Am I saying, like, instead of comparing Usyk to the past greats, we just appreciate the great that he is, right?
Yep.
Or am I bugging? Or he's supposed to do that like that?
I think that's what's going to happen anyways. I mean, anytime you have an undefeated fighter, they're always going to compare whatever. So, like, you think about when Floyd had his run, and he was magnificent in his run. But I would always remember, the guys who are a little bit older than me saying, well, he's lucky he's doing it now. He's lucky he's at the time he's at, because if he's, and I don't disagree, I mean, but all we can take is the footage. But, like, they would compare Floyd with like Sugar Ray Leonard or Tommy Hearns in that era. So that's going to be human nature in general. look, I think Usyk's I think we can all definitively say probably he's the best southpaw heavyweight. Like that part we can give him.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of great southpaw heavyweight champions. Michael Moore is one of them, but when you're starting to talk about like, you know, the Alis, the Joe Lewises, the things like that, it's just a different era. It's a different game. Like there was stuff I didn't know, you know, for a long time, like that the guys are fighting with 6-ounce gloves back then, you know, and that it's just at that point, if you look at what Ali had done, he'd cleaned out 2 different generations of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just something special. So you have to take Usyk for what he is, where he is now. He is a super skilled cruiserweight / heavyweight, and he's dominating most of these big guys simply based on skill and skill alone. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to say he exposes guys. There was an argument, but he can take a fight and he can just show you, all right, this guy can't move on my level. Mm-hmm. And you know, Trill, if you think about it, if you look at Usyk's hardest fights, and you guys all know this better than me, but if you look at his hardest fights, it's usually a smaller guy. It's not the bigger guys. It's not like the big heavyweight. So Fury, that was competitive, but look at all the smaller fights he had with the cruiserweights. Those are the ones that are like the competitive ones. So like I would imagine like if he was around right now, Chris Bird would be a handful. Mm-hmm. That style would be a handful for Usyk. You know what I mean? Like, but he's a highly skilled, super skilled fighter, and he's exposing a lot of these bigger guys for the flaws they have. You know what I mean? So give him credit for he's the best in this era, all time. Like that's for other people to sort out.
What's just so dope, man? Locked in with us right now, man. Mr. Cigar Talk himself. I got a chance to conversate with this brother, Mr. Remy, right here. He is one of them ones.
Yeah, Remy's a good dude, man.
He is one of them ones, man, and it's a pleasure to have him on here on the second episode of the Commissioner's Recap. Remy, are you there, my brother? Can you hear me? I know you're busy.
Sir. Yes, sir. I was trying to make sure my sound and stuff was good. I had downloaded the app, but thank you for having me on, brother. How you doing, Elijah?
Good. What's up, Remy? I saw your guy this week. I told him to come by the truck, so got to chill with him a little bit. Big up to you. Najee came through, you know, so that's a good dude, man. I'm glad y'all linked up. I know y'all are both deep thinkers, so y'all are gonna do big things.
Appreciate that, brother. Seriously, I really appreciate it, man. And everybody been telling me they've been seeing you, bro. I heard you've been working, bro.
I've been working a lot.
Let him be out here.
Let him be out here, man.
Be out here. I'm trying to tell and he's so humble with it, man. That's why I love him, man. He's
you did Pacquiao Barrios, right? Elijah?
No comment.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to that. But somebody else join into but I definitely wanted to give you your flowers as well, Remy, man. We were supposed to been locked in too, man. It was a pleasure talking to boxing with you before when I first met you, and I was like, damn, he was a really good brother, man. I gotta get him on the show, man. Then we got a chance to keep linking up and getting on what's that, Red Corner boxing over there with Jams and Mr. Neutral.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are my brothers too, man. So we got a chance to link in with them and talk Boston too. So I definitely wanted to tap in with you again, man, because you're a great boxer of mine as well. And I wanted to get your thoughts on what's going on this recap. But before I do, I just wanted to, it's another member of the IBOXINGHUB-USA team. He's going to be dropping his new show called Truck Talk. He's a real truck driver. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's my guy.
It's the real mojo. You know what I'm saying? It's my big brother. What's going on with it?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on?
What's up?
How you doing, bro? How you doing?
What's up, my brother? What's up, big bro? You good?
Hey, I'm on the road right now.
I hear that. I hear that. I actually, Remy, I'm gonna bring it to you, man. We was just talking about Usyk, and I was just talking about, am I wrong for thinking that a lot of people, I've been going online and everybody's been really passionate about, comparing Usyk to this one, comparing Usyk to that one. Am I out of line or am I bugging when I be like, yo, why compare him to the other greats? Let's just appreciate the great that we got right now. And that's Alexander Usyk.
I think to his credit, that's more for me when I see the comparisons of fighters now, especially with someone like Usyk. I would say comparison for him isn't so bad now because his career is winding down and we got more than a sample size of what he's capable of. And for him to go through cruiserweight and heavyweight how he did, I feel like the fact that these conversations are being had is a testament to us grasping what we're seeing right now. What I don't like, I feel like people do, the comparison part annoys me. People get so wrapped up in like what one or the other side did. People don't like really appreciate, the accomplishments themselves for what they are, and the context get based on who you like more, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, all right, I appreciated this more. I might have been in this era, so I'm gonna say this person's better. But I think, objectively speaking, Alexander Usyk can be in some really, really, really high regards in the same breath as some of the greatest ever. I feel like his conversation is more so like with Evander Holyfield, the guys who went from cruiser or like maybe even light heavyweight through cruiser and got to heavyweight and, you know what I'm saying, did damage like the Michael Moores or the Evander Holyfields, guys like Ezra Charles. That's what makes the most sense to me. But I don't think it's disrespectful. I think you had a right to feel that way, especially because he hasn't retired yet, though. He hasn't retired. Once he retired for like all comparisons, that's when you really can start drawing those lines. But I think he's a great fighter, like a great fighter. See a dude be 6'2", 6'3" on a great day, maybe with some Air Max on and 210, and he's doing this to these big guys, bro. Like it's a masterclass, and they can't fuck with him. Like they really can't fuck with him. He's going in there and beating everybody he faces pretty clearly. Like I don't know, man. I think he deserves a lot of respect.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna swing that right to you, big bro. How do you feel about that? The Usyk comparisons. Do you think is just cause, or do you think let the brother breathe?
Yeah, I wouldn't compare him because, like he said, I was thinking of Michael Moorer and those guys too, man. But it's a different time now. The heavyweight division, the guys are so much bigger now than they were back then. Back then, you had a couple of 6'6", 6'5" dudes, but now look at them. Wilder, all those dudes is like 6'6" and up, man, and they're huge, 260, 270, and he's in there chopping down trees, man. So I wouldn't compare him to nobody. Honestly, I wouldn't compare him to nobody. I would just appreciate what we're looking at right now, because we get caught up a lot in comparing guys to the past, and then all these arguments start, who's better, who's not. Yeah. But I say let him rock, man, because what he's doing now is special, and it's a different. Not comparing. Then somebody's always gonna say, "Oh, well, back then it was different." So we right now, I let him rock right now, dude. He's man, he's great.
And then now.
You gotta play the hand and deal with the area you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes,
right.
You could say the skill has been replaced with size, but he's doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, that is a fact. So I'm with you, man. It's tough. It's super, super tough to compare eras. Obviously, to me, it's just he has
checkpoint.
Okay. He has a plethora of skills and just the mental thing. Like, I think he summed it up himself when he's like, I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined. And that just defines him for whatever. Like, he stays on point, he stays in shape, he's not screwing around. I knew when we saw Fury, like, falling out of the bar, I knew Fury was going to be in trouble that second one. I was like, boy, this guy's in trouble. This guy's in trouble. And it seems like the greats, if you look at him, if you give that dude a rematch, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? How many great fighters, whether it's Haney with Kambosos the second time, where like domination, Floyd with Castillo the second time. How many guys that are like, with there's a handful that that's why.
Hey, don't give Usyk a second look at you. Don't give
a great fighter a second look at you, because
because he already got you figured out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's wrap. That second fight is over.
And he's gonna beat you a different way, and he's gonna give the rest of the field more ways to beat you than they already had.
Yeah, the greats always do it better the second time around. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you cooked, Mojo. You cooked with that one. That's literally he did. I felt like he did that to Anthony Joshua specifically.
Yes.
Moving right along. How do you guys feel? I know this is 2 weeks out, but I didn't get a chance to really dive into these, and then we'll get into last week's fiasco. But I just want to get your thoughts on the return of Manny Pacquiao. How did you? Please tell me how do you feel?
From what I saw, it looked like a sparring session. I'm just telling you, from what I saw, it felt like my man was pulling punches and not like in there to go get this dude out. I don't know if they specifically, you guys know him probably better than me, they specifically picked that guy because he fights that way. But I can tell you there have been a plethora of other welterweights that would have tried to get him out of there. You know what I mean? I felt like it was way too much respect being shown. To the point, how many times have you seen like I guess they had to do a coin flip and he lost, that he got introduced second, but it went on the whole ribbon board and everything that was being billed. It was Pacquiao versus the champ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think he bought into that. But anyway, yeah, I felt like it was a sparring session, to be honest with you. Glorified sparring session.
What do you think about that, Remy?
I'll agree with Aladdin. Like, he was fucking dapping Manny up. He dapped Manny up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was kind of pissing me off because we were watching.
I was yelling too. I was yelling too.
I was getting annoyed, bro. We were watching it in a press conference. Like, I agree with everything Aladdin said, bro. And I'm, you know, like, I really felt like he was very happy to be there, bro. He was very happy to be there. That it didn't feel like he was even pulling the punches, bro. It felt like he was thinking in his head in the moment, I am fighting Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to hurt him. Like, like Manny, I'm in here with Manny. Like, he was happy, bro. And they fucking robbed Manny. Look, if you're going to parade him around at this age and put him out there, at least give him the fucking decision, man. And give him the decision, and we move on to whatever else fucking show we about to have. Wherever the big money situation we trying to get out of this, please, let's go to that. Let's go. Let's just go forward to it. Why in the fuck would y'all give Manny a rematch with Barrios? Like, what is going on right now? I was so mad, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. Barrios just seemed like he just wanted. Even his trainer was telling him, "Stop shaking it."
Bro, you noticed when it looked like he started to turn it up a bit late. I don't know what, I forgot what were the instructions or whatever, but like I want to say it was like the 9th round, 10th round. He started to catch Manny over and over continuously. You could see Manny waning, and he didn't press the gas. I said, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he giving it to Manny. He want Manny to take his belt," and they still didn't give it to him.
Well, yeah, it was the ninth, between the 9th and 10th round. The trainer said, "Stop shaking his hand. Stop dabbing him up."
Yo, you realize you in a fight here, right? You know what I'm saying? The crowd.
Bro, you're not playing undisputed right now, bro. This isn't Fight Night Champion, bro.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like he was giving Manny respect for making it and bringing some of that money to him. But it's like, man, now I agree with you when you said they should have gave it to Manny, because you got him in there and it was like a spectacle. Everybody wanted to see it. So now you give them what they want. They wanted to see him come back and win. So you give them what they want. So now the next fight can be about more money because Barrios he clearly was in awe of who he was in there with.
Yeah. Yo, I just want to give a big shout out to the chat right now. I got my man E Money Bags in the building. Shout out to E Money Bags.
Truly.
He's in there. He's in the building. Shout out to Karma Shireen. She's going to be coming back through. Yours truly, Trey. He's in the building, you know, showing love as always. Big love going out to our brother Rico Boxing. Nothing but love. Love you, bro, man. You have connected a lot of people, man. You do not get your flowers, but you have connected a lot of people through your wit, your sarcasm, your fun banter.
Choice of music. Rico, keep your
bro,
head up,
that watch party highlight of Rico is, bro, I watched that shit like 40 times straight. That shit was so funny, bro.
Yeah.
Rico, keep your head up, man. I know you're dealing with some stuff. Stay in there, brother.
You know, we with you and we riding for you and we got nothing but love for you, Rico. So don't even sweat none of the small stuff. It's nothing. It's small stuff to a giant. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to you, Rico. Shout out to yours truly, Trey. Like I was saying before, shout out to my man E-Buddy. And shout out to Kev, my man Capital Kev. He's a member of the IBOXINGHUB Love team. So shout out to Capital Cup. Shout out to Miss CJ. She just showing love always. You know, so shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that's showing love. I really appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. It really means a lot because all I'm doing is just kicking boxing like it's just you and I. You dig? This is something that I love doing. All the other sports is cool, like basketball, cool, football is cool, but it's nothing like boxing. It's nothing like it. You know, moving right along, did y'all witness the destruction from what's the guy from 300? That's who Sebastian Fundora reminds me of. You know,
Xerxes.
Xerxes. Yeah, that's who Fundora is. You know, and he went in there and he put the pause on Tim. This was a whole different fight. I thought I disrespected Sebastian Fundora, right? At first, I always said if he learned how to use his size and his reach, he would be unbeatable, right? But then I seen the fight, like he likes to fight, he likes to mix it up, and that's because that's the problem with him. That's why he ended up getting dropped and knocked out, and he lost. But I like the way he fought this time around. I like how he started it off with the distance and everything like that. I was wrong. So I gotta give an apology. I said the reason why Sebastian Fundora won that first fight is because of the cut.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu. That's what I said. I said Tim Tszyu done lost so much blood.
Yeah.
I said, so I was like, that was the reason why he won that fight. I was wrong, and I'm sorry for disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting there calling your sister Cheryl Miller. You was Reggie Miller.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. That's funny as fuck.
You know what I'm I know.
You violated him with
I
that.
know. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? A man got to admit when he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
no, that shit is funny.
I know.
Yeah. That's nasty work.
And he went out there and he showed improved. So salute to Sebastian Fundora. I think that he is the man to be at 154. If he can stay disciplined behind that jab and right hand and keep the distance, he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, he can't give it up. He can't give it up. Remy, you want to go? You want me to go?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about this one because, like, so Trill, I was kind of thinking what you said, and I still think I'm right about the cut being the reason he won the first fight. I still think he did, but because I think that was a totally different version of Tim that he fought at that point, bro. I think that's the difference because Tim is not confident, bro, and he's not as anxious to pull the trigger no more.
Nope.
And Fundora seen that shit in them first couple rounds, and he was like, "Oh, I got him." He knew that Tim not confident, bro. Tim's scared. He's not as willing to get hit no more. He's not willing to go in there and go for broke no more. When he started doing it, what happened? He expended hella energy mentally, I think, and that's what got when they was like, "Oh no, stop this shit!" Like that was his. You know, as a man, right, or as a warrior, as an animal, anybody that's under attack, when you like, okay, this might be the end for me, you let out your last adrenaline, and you let out your last like go at it. And I think that's what that was. And once that happened and it didn't get him out of there, and he realized he had to go back for another round of what the fuck Fundora was bringing, he didn't want no more of it. Sebastian took a lot from him, but Bakaram, like,
that's the one. Yeah,
Bakaram, like, you know, because I even at the beginning of the Bakaram fight, y'all could go look. Tim was wiping at the cut as soon as Bakaram touched him on his head, bro. He started wiping at the cut. So I think Tim's whole aura is fucked right now, and that's the main issue he's having. He's got to get some wins back under his belt and start believing himself again. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's too late. Like he kind of missed his window to be a guy at 54.
Yeah,
I was about to say it might be over.
Might be over.
Yep, boots then moved up.
The thing with that fight, you know, because I know the person that did it, I know why they went to Tim Tszyu's corner and to Fundora's corner after the first round. I kind of wanted to hear what they were telling Tszyu, but to your point, Fundora had said all week that he was going to step on him. He wanted to see where his confidence level was at. I think in a way, like if you look at Fundora, guys like him, like Espinoza at 126, they're kind of like cheat codes. You know what I mean? Because They can fight on the outside. They both love to get on the inside. Like they both love to mix it up. But there's more to their game. There's a lot more to their game when they want it and need it to be. But I just think he went in there once he realized Tim wasn't feeling that confidence, and he landed some really clean shots. And I know Tim was like, after Tim that round right when they stopped it. Remember they went to the corner where everyone's waiting, and Harvey Doc walks him over. And he's like, "Are you all right?" And you could just see, to Remy's point, it was almost like this is a beaten man here, and I hope he doesn't come back. I just hope, because I don't want him to get seriously hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you made your money, whatever. I don't know about his relationships with his pops, but just ride off into the sunset with the stuff you've made.
That's what I was going to ask you, Aladdin. Do you see? Do you think they will use him as the sacrificial lamb for one of these young stars? I don't think he's got to let himself. If he's going to do it, I don't know that I don't know what he made. I don't know how much he saved and all that, but he's got to sign that up. I feel like he's going to have an honest conversation with his trainers and his camp in general and be like, look, do you want to do this? Do you want to end up? Because right now you're not punchy, not yet, but all the stuff you do when you're young comes back on you. So I can tell you that now. I'm feeling it firsthand. But if I'm him, I really sit down with my family and think about, do I really need the money? Do I really need whatever? Because do you want to go back and be a sacrificial lamb for some young, up-and-coming, hungry guy that can just crack? I don't think you really want to. Yeah. All money ain't good money.
Exactly. Right. Spoken like a true dominoes player.
Where does Sebastian Fondora go from here? Because you got
don't go to Spence like everybody was talking last week.
Nah, I don't want to see Spence in the ring ever again. I'm sorry.
I don't think Fondora could beat him, bro. To be honest.
I'm a Spence fan like the next man, but
I'm not a Spence fan, and you know that.
Yeah.
I don't think Fondora could beat him.
I'm with the first neurological surgeon doctor who said that he shouldn't be fighting. That first guy that said said he shouldn't be fighting, I'm with him. I'm with that doctor, not the doctor that came in later and was like, "Hey, they paid me to say."
Yeah, exactly.
You can get a doctor to write you any type of list to say you can get at the gym or you can participate in certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think Earl did. I don't want to see Earl again. I really don't, man. I want to see him on his farm with his children, enjoying the fruits of his labor.
Exactly.
I don't want to see Earl in there. Remy, what was you about to say about Sebastian Fondora and what you want to see him do next?
I think Fondora, and he's really in the driver's seat at 54 right now, just because at this point he's racked up the best wins. He got a belt. He got the belt, if you ask me. That's the belt to have at most weights. He got command over what fight he has next. I think that he's gonna have to kind of try to go at everybody, to be honest. I think since he's the most seasoned at the weight, his best move is to try to get Boots and Virgil in them as soon as possible. Because them gonna be the bigger money fights. As soon as they're available, he should be trying to go for that. But in the meantime, I ain't gonna lie, he just need to protect his position. I think that's the smartest move for him, because they're gonna come calling to him at some point. They're gonna be big fights. He an exciting fighter. I feel like if Boots or Virgil get in there with him, they could probably grab a co-main on a huge card. If not, be the main event on a huge card. And just start trying to unify the division and I would say try to either get 2 or 3 belts in the next year and a half, and then go to 160, because 160 dead and he can go be dominant there. I think that would be the smart move. He ain't gonna be cutting that 6 pounds no more. Then unified at 154, he gonna have a lot of cachet. Nobody at that weight, fucking anybody really like that. So he would go up there with some pole position. I think that would be the smartest move for him.
Hey, Remy, I agree with you on part of it. I do think if I'm him, I go after what I seen Saturday. I would try and get Zayas pretty quickly. You know what I'm saying? I would go get that. Sorry to lead you along, Trill, but I believe I see there's some guys at 160, and I understand, but there's a killer. There's a Cuban kid, Hernandez. I can't say his first name. Leave him alone. Let that
is it Yo Inley?
That guy. He looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
He a
combination
bad
of Greg
motherfucker.
Oden, LeBron James, and Frank Gore. Leave him alone. That is bad news for everybody. I can tell you right now, I talked to a prominent matchmaker who he told me straight up, he said that guy will beat Adamas and Janabek the same night. He's like, that guy is not to be. It's almost like Clubber Lang. Leave him alone for a little bit. Let him
Get
till
some
we
wear
figure
and
out
tear on him.
till we figure out how
Let him
old he
make some
is.
money, huh? Like, let him make some money.
Till we figure out how old he is, leave that guy alone. But yeah, if I'm Fundora, I go try and get Zayas because to me Zayas look beatable, and I think Fundora. I mean, outside of the footwork, but Fundora, like he's so big and so tall. It was funny, like his range in between. He's got this big old back, you know what I'm saying? So like when you see it, like I remember the guy. Anytime you had one shot, they had to cut off because you couldn't see the other fighter. You know what I mean? That's how big he is. He like almost has like a heavyweight back. But anyways, if I'm Fundora, I try and get Zayas and then figure out once Boots acclimates himself to the division, whatever. And I think the last guy to get is Ortiz. But that's the order I would go. I would go Fundora. I would go Zayas, Boots, then Ortiz.
Okay.
I think Virgil the toughest matchup for him too.
Exactly.
Virgil. You think Virgil will be too short?
I think Virgil actually know how to get under shots, and I think that would work in his favor a lot. Fighting somebody like Fundora with the pressure, he'll smother what Fundora do. I think he has the best shot at least.
I think you know what, Remy, is kind of funny. I think
He'll get inside.
Remy, what I think would be best for Fundora, just say Fundora, is let Boots and Virgil fight, and then worry about the winner of that. So hopefully Boots can out athletic. And I'll do what he does to Ortiz. I just think Ortiz is like you. I think it's a better matchup for Ortiz, just from what I've seen.
Right. We was talking about the Usyk earlier, and I didn't want to overshadow the fact of him knocking out Daniel Dubois. It was a lot. And we spoke a little bit about Rico. We seen this video because Rico was going very hard for his fellow countrymen.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at him. But I've never seen it. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it in triple knee. I've never seen what everybody else seen in him. But where does he go now? I put up the idea when I was got the chance to link up with yours truly, Trey and Benji on the roundup. And I told him I thought a fight that would be good is a rematch. I wanted to see a rematch between AJ and Daniel Dubois. I felt like AJ took the kid lightly, so I said I would want to see AJ get some get back. I would love to see that fight again, So I would like to know, Aladdin, what do you see? What's next for Daniel Dubois? Because we know probably Usyk's probably going to go, if he doesn't retire and ride off in the sunset, he's definitely going to go see my man JP, and they're going to get it on. But where do you see what happens with Daniel Dubois? Does he throw another party and then? Can
I just say something real quick about guy? So I heard he walked over. You know how many fighters walk to the Garden? I just started laughing because people are making every excuse. Oh, he walked. Maybe the party had more of an effect than a party with 70 dudes. Maybe that was like got to his core. Damn, there's 70 dudes. This is like an 8-mile rap battle or something. But anyway, I think for him, by the way, I didn't see, like everyone's saying he quit. He got caught with a really, really good shot. I'd love to see the people who are saying he quit get hit with a shot like that, somebody similar weight to them. He's still young. He's 26, 27. I think once he gets his confidence back, maybe there's something there. If I'm him, I like that fight. I never even thought about him going back after Joshua. The one kid I would just leave alone if I'm him. Do not fight the Atamu guy. That would be not good. That'd be a bad decision. I think try and make some money, but almost the way. Remember how they rebuilt Anthony Joshua? They're gonna have to rebuild this kid's confidence. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what it is at the end. Great. Give him a couple soft touches because right now, man, he's got to get whatever is in the middle here with him back. What you think, Remy?
Oh, but yeah, I'm not even going to lie. When it first happened, I was on air. I was on air and doing the watch along, and when he dropped, because I've been saying he was going to quit. I said, once you quit, it's easy.
Right.
I said a leopard never changed his spots. So I said, once he gets a little thick in there, he's going to resort to what he knows, and he's going to he's going to quit because Usyk doesn't beat you up physically.
Yeah, it's all mental.
He beats you up mentally. Yeah. You can tell that Daniel Dubois was exhausted mentally.
Yeah,
before
all the stuff he's doing, moving. It's like that's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, he was exhausted.
Hey, I said that during the fight. I said all that movement. He believes something's coming, but it's not coming right now. Yeah. So now he's thinking about stuff that ain't even going on. I said that during the fight.
And you can tell Daniel bought into all that online hype about the body shot and all that shit. It was obvious he bought into that shit. He thought he was going to go in there. It seemed like him and his team's whole plan was to go in there and bully Usyk, bro. I want to get word about that because he didn't go in there and do shit, bro. Like
nothing.
He went in there. He went in there like I'm big, you're little, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like fucking the Matilda dad.
He just put in there posturing the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all
bro. And like Mojo said, you could see, bro, he was like, when the fuck is he going to pull the trigger? I don't know. Then boom, he done got hit in the face with a jab. Yeah. He's like, bro, what is happening to me right now? Like, I think Usyk might have, like, that first fight, after he got hit with the low blow, he just, he started picking him apart. But it seemed like he was determined to show Dubois, like, you're not on my level this fight. I think he got a little annoyed with how Dubois was acting. Like, Usyk ain't going to show it. He got a poker face, but he fought him like that to me. He fought him like he was trying to show him, you're not, nah. And like Aladdin said, then you're going to have to rebuild from this because when you lose like this, bro, somebody you felt like you beat and you had an opportunity to beat in the first fight, he stops you one time, then it happens again at the crib. Like, you didn't have all these people basically having a prerequisite undisputed party, and it looked like a Diddy party. I literally watched the video about 7 or 8 times, and I only seen 2 girls in the whole place. I saw 2 girls, and they were walking by.
I didn't even see them 2. I didn't even see them 2.
And the one of them I seen had on a sweater. So, do with that what you will.
And those two were family, Remy. You know what? I forget the fight.
I figured she had on the sweater.
I forget the fight, and I feel like it's something Turkey's been doing more and more. I feel like he's trying to turn boxing into UFC. But I think Usyk, to your point, Remy, I didn't even think about it till you said it, was still pissed off because remember his last fight before this, Dubois just shows up and is like calling him out, like he's like, "Damn, can I get my moment in the sun? I just beat whoever. I don't know if it was Fury." Whoever it was, he had just beat somebody, and Daniel's over there trying to fun snatch whatever he had, his shine. Like, give me 5 minutes to enjoy this win. So I think he might have taken that a little bit personally, as MJ said.
And not only that, Aladdin, like to add to it, and what Remy was saying, he was pissed off too because you put your hands on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you put your hands on him.
Yeah,
none of these other guys that were better fighters that he fought put their hands. Even the wild man. Derek.
Yeah. And didn't he give up the belt anyways? He said, whoever Dubois was fighting, hey, this is for you guys to make your fight worth more. Whatever. He's like, I'm giving it up. And then you're going to disrespect him after that? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Then you're going to act like he robbed you.
Yeah, exactly.
This is crazy. So, yeah. Moving on to
last. Was listening to Rico, bro. Listening to Rico.
Yeah, he believed the hype. You know what Flav said? Don't believe the hype. Public Enemy. A lot of kids probably listening to this now. They probably don't know who Public.
They don't know that Public Enemy is.
You know what I'm saying? But don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Daniel Dubois did. He believed the hype, and we seen what happens when you believe the hype. You know. Moving right along, we got the return. Oh, matter of fact, before we even Xander Zayas. Finally, he is not. He was, to me, he was the guy who was like the prospect. He was the longest prospect I've ever seen in boxing. Then he was the longest contender I've ever seen. He finally He finally gets a belt. He got the WBO. Am I correct? The WBO belt. Puerto Rico, stand up.
The WBO, aka the top rank belt, right?
The top rank belt. You know, shout out to Top Rank. They know how to make
whatever Bob orders.
You know what I'm saying? They know how to make stars, you know. You know, I feel like, you know, it was a good fight. He definitely won, and he's the new. I would agree with you, Aladdin. I feel like he's probably like the weakest out of the champions right now. How did you feel about his performance, Aladdin?
I didn't want to crush him because, you know, I thought he won. I thought it was, you know, performance. I was waiting for more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was waiting because I keep hearing, oh, there's power. As he's getting older, there's power. He landed some clean shots, but the guy didn't go anywhere. The guy never got discouraged. And I understand he's 22, but to me, of all the guys at 54, I think he's the most vulnerable. Like, I don't know. There's just something missing there with him. Like, and it could just be the punch. He might just not have the punch. I don't know. I'm not a coach, but it was, you know, he brought the people out. I think he has the great footwork. I think he has all that stuff. But if we're talking about your footwork and then like, look, I don't know. Like, I don't see it. I think all those guys at 54, if they have to unify, he's going to be the first one they try and unify with.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing it to you, Remy. But do you think? Because I agree with you, Aladdin. But I feel like he hit some type of. He was on a fast track and he was impressing everybody, and then he just hit a wall.
Yeah,
and he just stayed there.
Well, he grew up. I mean, he physically. I think when they signed him, I forget if he was at 47 or whatever. Yeah. So he grew out of that quickly, and I don't see like he might not have taken that punch with him. And he's and to your point, I think he has plateaued.
Yes.
For sure. Like the footwork's what I noticed. He has really good footwork. That's great. What else do you have? You know what I mean? Like we at some point we want to be sort of entertained. There's guys who have great footwork that can do other things. So
how did you feel about the coming out party for Xander Zayas, Remy?
I think it's crazy Aladdin really saying exactly how I feel about Xander because
I'm gonna let you start going first, Rena.
For years now. Nah, bro, you're good, bro. Me and you kind of see shit. And that's why we always had good conversations about boxing because we look at it from like a bigger picture standpoint. Even if we like a kid or if we see stuff for what it is, bro. And that's how it is with Zayas. Like I like his style, bro, because I can appreciate like complete package fighters, but he's missing the power for sure. And the guys he's in against, like being in a division like 54, is what I feel like is the issue for Zoo and Lubin and a lot of other guys at 54. That if they were probably in the era about maybe 6-7 years ago, they might be like vying for being the best or something like that. They might be, you know, depending on who you put them up against in those eras. Because, you know, probably about 2013, 14, 15ish, 16, 17, super middleweight and middleweight was kind of ass. You know, it was like that's when it wasn't much going on in those weights. But now it's too deep. Like it's too deep. So Xander is kind of like in a rock and a hard place where he's got more name value than a lot of guys, but he don't got the talent to beat them. I don't see it. It's killers at 54. Like that shit is the swamp with sharks circling, radioactive sharks. God damn it. Like that division is deep and it's gonna be hard to get through that gauntlet. That's why I was so impressed with what Charlo did, because getting through a gauntlet like that, it's like you're gonna get some losses, you know?
Yeah.
I think Xander is kind of like, he the odd man out. He got the Puerto Rican crowd behind him. But one thing I was concerned with, too, is looking at how he looked at the weigh-in. It's like, all right, you really can't punch at 54, and you look like you need to move up already. So you at 160, it's like, I don't really see it, you know? Like, he's going to have a speed advantage and a skill advantage over some guys. But, yeah, bro, I think he's kind of going to end up in a rock and a hard place and maybe a little too young to be getting moved like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
The real Mojo, my brother, do you have something positive to say about Xander Zayas? Because it seemed like us three over here, we're coming down on the kid a little bit, even though he just became WBO world champion.
I don't think it's coming down on him. I think like everybody, we got the same viewpoint. His skill level is great. His skill level is nice, but he don't got the punching power to get himself out of a jam if he get into one. And with like you said, with the guys in that division and upper division, it's just gonna get a little bit more dangerous for him. You know, I think we got sold a dream when him, Anderson, and Belanga they all came out together, and they was putting them in there with plumbers and truck drivers like me, and they was running through those dudes, right? And it was because I be in New York at a lot of the fights, and it looked good and it sound real good out there. But now, as the competition's moving up, we starting to see not necessarily flaws, but just like where they plateau at, and he don't got enough pop in his punch to get him out of a jam if he get in one. So I think and he's getting bigger. He's getting older, so he's getting bigger naturally. I just think, man, he gonna have to perfect that craft and get his head movement together, because if he can't outpoint a couple of them big guns, he gonna be in trouble.
Which is so hilarious, right? I don't know if you see me smiling when you say, yeah, you be at some of the fights. I started smiling because you and Aladdin are hilarious. Both of y'all have the funniest clip of Shakur Stevenson. Y'all both did it at the same time, and y'all was both
that night.
y'all was at the same event, and y'all got the same people. I don't know how y'all did it, but you got it from your phone, bro. And we all know Mr. Aladdin got it with the big camera, and it went down. It broke the internet. It shook the world of boxing up. It got Turkey Atlas Sheet, got new phrase Tom and Jerry off of it. It was crazy. Go ahead.
But the real can tell you this. Like, I waited till I think the 9th round or 10th round. People were leaving after 7. I could have done it 3 rounds. Here's the other thing. Every camera I took, except for the 1, 2 in the ring, would have showed it. Like, that was it was
right.
It was everywhere. It was
God damn.
I just took one camera. I was like, all right, yeah, he's leaving.
Y'all referring to the Edwin De Los Santos fight?
No, the I think it was Artem. The Artem.
Oh,
yeah, Artem, yeah.
Oh, y'all, damn.
I mean, it was bad.
I was sitting up in a box with a couple of his family members, and first couple rounds they was up drinking. 5, 6, and 7, they was sitting down. I thought one of the dudes left. He was sitting right next to me, and I thought he left. He was ducking so low in the seat because people was going crazy behind us.
Yeah,
the people was like, hey, we ain't gonna keep spending money on this, bro.
Yeah.
And a couple people said, hey, he might have to move. I was like, come on, man, over a fight. I said, somebody is in there trying to take his head off too now. Like, they was like, hey, they said this is the 5th time we done spent money on this.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, listen, and the elevator ride down to where the regular people was even scarier. And I started walking slow. I said, look, I ain't with it. I'm not with them. That's his family right there. I said, look at their shirt and look at my shirt. They all got the same shirt on. I said, hey, they had them blue shirts on. I said, no, I ain't with them. I said, I'm a fan, but I ain't with them because it was getting ugly. Hey, bro, remember the ESPN? I posted video. They got me demonetized for that because I posted it before they posted it.
Damn.
Dude, I think I had 20-something thousand views before I left the Prudential. The next day, video was down, page was demonetized. I said, oh man, y'all did me like that.
Yeah, all I remember though, and this is why the internet is dirty, is I took a cut of Bud Crawford just saying, hey, Bud Crawford's here. You know what I mean? And somebody rolled a clip because he blinked. He was looking down. My camera guy, he was looking down. I'll tell you a side story about that. So he's looking down, and my guy tells him to look up. So he looks up, smiles, he blinks. Somebody froze it. They're like, Bud's at the fight, and he looks like he's sleeping because he's blinking. Andre Ward was there. And like Andre was on the phone the whole time. Like it was just, I felt bad because it was like, I forget who walked him out. I want to say it was Floyd, Andre, and it was at least Andre and Terrence Crawford. So I felt bad for the kid to walk out. But what magnified it and made it worse for me was early in the fight, he walks back to the corner and he's like, I'm stopping him. I promise you, I'm stopping him. And then he starts arguing with his corner about like whatever. And I'm just like, you know, you're getting ready to watch a car wreck and you don't want to bury the kid. But like I said, to be really honest with you, starting at 7, people were peeling out of there. It was like,
yeah.
And that just goes to show you how boxing is. Because that one moment, the boxing world,
that the Payto fight did a lot for him, though.
Exactly.
Like the crowd was the most excited for that fight. To see him fight that type of fight, I was excited. I was in the crowd, like super lit.
It just changed. That guy was.
He has it. He has it in him. He just doesn't do it. He chooses. Look, he had people forget he had Nakatila. He dropped Nakatila early in that fight, and then he just decided to be like, I'm out. Like I'm running around. De Los Santos was different. He was legitimately hurt. He told us he was hurt. He hurt his hand. Carl had told us that he's probably one-handed, but he thinks he can win either way. So he has it in him. He just, chooses not to. But remember, Remy, remember this. Sorry, Trill. Remember, after the fight, he said, don't expect this all the time. You know what I mean? He said he wanted to prove something. So it's like all the good work you just did to rebuild everything. Then you just told everybody, don't expect this again. I'm like, oh, man.
No.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Shakur, why, bro? Why? Like, why?
Off the record. This is what we're gonna do because I'm gonna jump off subject real quick. Because it was and I got some good boxing minds here, so I'm gonna show out. You know what I'm saying? I got Latin with me, Remy in the building, and I got my big bro Mo in here. So, yeah, guys, for real, that's really my big brother, by the way. So yeah, that's
for real.
And that's my bro Remy right there. So do you think these young fighters got fans messed up? And do you think fans got the young fighters messed up? Because I'm gonna go both ways. I've said because fighters think that fans are not really fans. Like they fly by night fans. Like they just care if you know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of fighters, they changed their position. Now they only care about getting the money without getting hurt or fighting the best competition out there because they're not trying to get embarrassed and stuff like that, So they want to take the easier fights and they're trying to just get their bag. Do you think that's the fans' fault? Because they seen what happened to fighters who become memes and stuff like that due to the internet back in the days, right? Because they don't know how true boxing fans are. True boxing fans is like us. We don't care if you lose, how you lose.
Yeah, dare to be great.
I remember when we fell in love with Paulie Malignaggi, we fell in love with Paulie because he lost. But he wanted to continue. He had a broken cheekbone against Miguel.
Yeah, that Cotto fight.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we end up loving him. Because he shows so much heart. Like so many other fighters that we liked him because he went out there and he showed heart.
Yeah.
He lost. Like Vic Darchinyan was my guy. Vic Darchinyan was my guy. You know what I'm saying? But even though when he got knocked out, you still love to see him because of the way he went out there fighting. Nobody disrespect. Do you think kids, like for now, like I was hearing Shakur Stevenson talk too about Edgar Berlanga and stuff like that, how he just got knocked out and how everybody's running to the memes. Everybody is going and downing these fighters. Do you think that hurts the fighters? Do you think the fans are the ones that hurt the fighters? That's why the fighters are not willing to go out here and test themselves and stuff like that because of the fans. The fans are going to make you memes. The fans is going to do this, that, and third on the internet and stuff like that. Do you think it's the fans' fault? A little bit?
I think it's Floyd Mayweather's fault. He went undefeated and everybody want to be undefeated or they don't feel like their career is worth it.
Now,
I would say the fans. I would say the fans got something to do with that because that's who ultimately determines what you are in their mind, in the fighters.
Let me put it like this here. say if this is what we want from our fighter. We want our fighter to take the top test, right? We want him to go out here and challenge himself. We want him to be great. We don't want them to be buddy and get along. We want him to talk that mess. We want him to give us that excitement. You want him to talk trash to the other opponent. You want him to be that what we grew up on. Yeah. Mike Tyson, Thomas the Hitman Hunt, these guys wasn't saying nothing pleasant to these guys. They were talking that mess.
Even the gentleman killers like Rae, who getting in, and they might be, they're not talking too much trash unless you talking to them, but you know they get in with
exactly. You know what I'm saying? But those guys didn't have to deal with being memes later.
I think it's a combination of things. I got to be honest. I think to Big Mo's point, like, so a lot of promoters, once you lose, they're like, all right, no, he lost. Now we got to rebuild it or whatever. You know, even if it's a bad decision. I also feel like the fans, yes, they can play a part. But I know a lot of guys, as you, like, for example, we don't have to go that far back. Ramon Cardenas, I don't understand the whole Instagram follower thing, but his followers probably tripled after the Inoue fight. Mm-hmm. And I know around the boxing world, it was like, we want to see him again. Because that guy came too. It's another guy that Inoue beat, Filipino dude, whatever his name is. He's a bad boy too. People are like, oh, to Marlon Tapales. He comes to fight. Like, so I think it's how you lose. Yes, you don't want to be embarrassed. And Trill, let's be honest, I can remember, I don't know if it was Twitter or not, but I do remember when Pacquiao got put to sleep by Marquez. Yeah. Like, they had him like on the mattress show, like, here he's part of the mattress or whatever it was. So you can come back from that though, but like, look, I'll just be honest. I think some people, it's like the guy said on Friday, just scared to take an ass whooping. I can tell you there was great fights. Like Terry Norris fought Meldrick Taylor. Both these dudes had 3 losses. Both of them were incredibly skilled, fast hands, fast everything. It was still, they dared to be great, and I think. Unfortunately, now these guys are so worried about, to your point, that. But I also think it's coupled with the promoters. Am I going to blow my title shot? Am I going to get the turkey money? I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts. I think that all plays into a part of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What you think, Remy?
I think it's a combination of things. Like you said, it was a time period where once Floyd left, I think the fact that promoters then started promoting the wrong fighters. Yeah. Like, I believe the promoters kind of thought that the landscape was going to go to a certain demographic, and they started to kind of cover the demographics of boxing differently, and they missed. And in the meantime, they didn't build up any American fighters properly. The only guy who was able to kind of swoop in and save that was Canelo, and he was already built up. He was already kind of like gonna be who he was if he had remotely the right guidance. And I feel like, guys like Andre Ward and Bud kind of didn't move the needle how certain fans wanted them to, I guess. Yeah. And then you had guys like Lomachenko getting promoted heavily, Triple G, and they don't really connect with the American audience. So over here, when it started to die down, I think a lot of things just got weird where promoters felt the need to protect their fighters, protect their investments essentially. So we got a bunch of slow marinated fights. We got a bunch of guys fighting competition that was not their equal. And then we got the fans who started to become more rabid, and like the bloodthirst isn't even in the right place anymore. Then we got these new boxing fans who are like super fighter fans. Yeah. And they're not necessarily, and they have pages, and it's like they don't have a face, but they can have a voice on platforms. So fighters see this shit. Fighters see all of the hoopla. They don't have time to decipher who's real people going to the fights, who's true boxing fans or not. It's just all noise to them at this point. Yeah. So they're kind of in a peculiar situation too, where it's like, I see these fucking assholes constantly saying all this crazy shit, not appreciating what we do, and they're kind of left to have that mentality like, well, it's money first because nobody even gives a fuck about us. Then you get fans. No, go ahead, Elijah. What were you gonna
But
say,
that's
bro?
up to y'all. That's up to you, Trill, people like that. You got to educate them. I'm too old for them.
That's
Like
funny. I was gonna
y'all are
say that,
locked
bro.
in.
I swear to
Y'all are
God, I
locked
was.
into this, so you guys got to educate them. But what I would tell you in general, as the real has said, so Floyd, that's like a once in a generation guy. So Floyd,
Right.
not only could he fight, and he came from a fighting family, he had the gift of gab. Like remember when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he wasn't that popular. You know what I'm saying? When he became Money Mayweather and the bad guy, he figured out, all right, because the Floyd that all these fans see that is mean and all that is not Floyd Mayweather. Trust me, that is not him.
Yeah. Aladdin, please tell the people, because people have a hard time remembering when I tell people this. Floyd Mayweather used to cry at the end of his fights. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, he used to cry at the end. And I remember Larry Merchant clowning him one time at the end of it. And then he became he realized, like, listen, I'm not gonna be this. I'm gonna make more money when he fought De La Hoya being the bad guy.
I mean, one of his most masterful, one of the most masterful fights. I would take that guy at 130 to beat most anybody in history was, and he had the right guy in front of him, was the Chico Corrales fight. Yeah. He cried after that fight. You understand what he won? But when he was a good guy, like people didn't care. They didn't care to like him. I guess people had, we got to be bad like Mike Tyson. Remember, people forget a bit this about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was beloved. He was like an all-time good guy at first. He had all these sponsors. He had all this stuff. People loved. It was be like Mike, wasn't Michael Jordan. It was be like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? He was this kid who was blah, 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 but he had this fantastic vocabulary, and he had the big fights library, and he grew up on, just the stuff.
Him and Cuz used to kiss.
Super articulate. So it was, I blame that on it. But like, when I hear the Floyd thing, as the real had just said, like, I shake my head, because it's like, all right, how come you can't run the ball like LaDainian Tomlinson? You know what I mean? Like, or you're not Fred Taylor. Well, yeah, those are once in a generation talents. Like, not everybody is going to be Floyd. You're just not. You got to be who you can be. And Remy hit on something true. It's the tribalism and just the fan. Like, I take Tank Davis, for example. There's so many Tank Davis fans that are not fans of the sport. They're fans of him.
Yeah.
So, like, they're scared
Ryan Garcia.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Those motherfuckers make me sick, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I got y'all cussing.
Because it be them guys. It be them guys in the comment section going head to head with real boxing guys, and the real boxing guys are pulling their hair, not realizing that they're talking to guys who don't even watch the sport. Yeah, they're talking about kids that don't even watch the sport.
I'll tell y'all a funny story. I didn't do the fight. I was at the fight when Tank fought Frank. I think David Benavidez was on the undercard, right? That's a pretty David Benavidez was fighting Alexander Vosik. There was a pretty loaded undercard. I think Puello or somebody fought. Don't quote me, but I know Benavidez was on it. That arena was less than 50% full, and then it just filled up. And I'm like, you had good people on this card. Like PBC did a good job putting it together. And I'm like, damn, but where is everyone? And then all of a sudden everybody showed up. And then everybody bounced. And I was just like, these are not, like, for the four of us. Put it like this. If I know, like, I remember seeing Tank fight in D.C. And Boots was on, and there was a loaded card of, like, local kids. I was there when the doors opened. Me and my son were like, we were there, like, hey, we're going to watch every single. And we were cheating, so we got close. Then we moved back as it came. But I wanted to see everything, as I'm sure all y'all do. We're like, I want to see everybody just because I'm a fan of the sport. Not of a certain fighter, because they're going to let you down eventually. Like, like there are guys I would find blind loyalty to, but end of the day, you can see still faults in them, and these guys don't.
Thomas Hitman Hearns, that's my guy.
Who? I was telling
Hitman Hearns.
Oh, shit,
yeah. Bro. I was telling but bro, remember I was telling you about the Dominique Brazil fight with him and Wilder. Remember the is a big guy, heavyweight guy, Polish guy. It was so many people in there to see him. And then when that fight was over, yes, when that fight was over, the place emptied out. They was asking people to move down to fill it in for the cameras.
Damn. That's how it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how it was with Fundora versus Zoo 1. After
Yeah.
Pitbull beat Rolly, everybody, all the Mexicans just bounced. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
Once they get, dude, I was in Junior's Cheesecake eating with oh man, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. And he was in the main event. He beat me to the place, bro. I was like, yo, these man, listen, it's crazy. Hey,
Yeah.
bro, I gotta jump off here. I gotta get in contact with the warehouse and all that stuff.
All good.
But man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Rocking out with me, man.
I appreciate you, man.
All
Definitely.
right, man. Have a good one.
And go link you with my brother, the Real Mojo, and also got to check out his clothing line, 95 North Entertainment. You know, you got to link with my brother. Good dude. Yeah, moving right along here. Last week we had the return. Well, no, actually, before we get to the return, I want to know about the younger generation coming up here. That we got the chance to see Vargas in action.
Oof.
Yeah, with that. See, everybody was clowning that knockout, right? Everybody has something bad to say, but I just thought it was right on the button. Everybody say, "Oh, if you're doing this, it's time to bring it up, get better competition." I just thought that was just a good punch. The guy came to fight. He didn't look like he came to fight. You know what I'm saying? He just. Sometimes it just lands. When you think about Vargas, I love the Vargas. Fernando Vargas, one of my favorite fighters, man. One of the youngest 154-pound champions ever to do it. Shout out to ferocious Fernando Vargas. That's my guy. Broke my heart when he lost to Tito because, like Tito said, he's just a baby. He's just a baby. I remember what Tito would say. He's just a baby. He didn't want to fight my man ferocious Fernando Vargas. But I got nothing but love for Fernando Vargas. I love his story too. The things that he had to endure as a kid, the abuse that he went through by the hands of his father and everything else. I got nothing but love for Fernando Vargas, and I love what he's doing with his kids. He's like one of those fathers in boxing that I really admire. He really doesn't try to overshadow his boys and nothing like that. He's really there giving him guidance and love, and the things that he can't do, he doesn't have no problem bringing somebody else in there to do it. So shout out to Fernando Vargas and the Vargas dynasty. How do you feel about the Vargases in that last performance?
Me personally, I think the kid has the look like he's everything. If you can't market and turn that kid into a star, then you're doing something wrong. He's young, good looking. He can talk. He can fight. Most importantly, he can really fight. His dad kind of is a cheat code in the fact that he's just super. So the deep thing about Vargas is he's super humble, as you had already alluded to it, and I know this personally. They bring any and everybody in. They don't just like, no, you can't work with my son. What are we seeing? What are we studying? They study every single. I was so glad he said we watched Floyd with the pull counter. They just study everything. If you notice, this is a crazy thing because Vargas had a propensity to get hit with left hooks. His son's always worried about that left hook. He's always keeping it. He's always checking it. He's always smart about that. I think with Vargas, though, the big thing is he knows, and this is the beauty of this sport. It's the beauty and the tragedy of the sport is you can change overnight. You could be like a young king, like you and Remy. You guys can be a young king going in, and in 45 minutes you can be an old man like me, and you could be different, literally in 45 minutes. And so I think Vargas realized after that Trinidad, that kind of ruined him. Now, obviously, he had to fight with De La Hoya where he did this, but after that, he was never the same, and that's a tough thing to deal with when he was 21, 22, and 23, something in that long. So it's tough when you realize you're different in one night. And I think for him, that's why he's kind of just willing to work with his son. He doesn't want to overshadow him. He wants to bring him along. If anything, credit to Emiliano, he's the one who's kind of giving his dad shine. If you notice the post-fight interview, he's like bringing his dad in. Hey, my dad is the one. Could you imagine like Teofimo's dad just stepping back and being like, no, let my son do this. Or, just the Dubois just now, whatever he did with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All these fathers, you know what I'm saying?
All the Hades, all the Schofield.
The Hades, the Schofields, all of them. Actually, I find Bill Haney quite entertaining, actually. It's Teofimo's dad. It's weird. But anyway, so, yeah, he is kind of it's to me like his dad is doing it the right way. I think he's a little worried, like he doesn't want to rush him, he doesn't want to harm him, and I also think they have a real father son relationship, as he does with all his kids, because of what he had gone, like you had already alluded to, what he had to deal with his own father. So, like I said, I think Emiliano is going to be very impressive. I know when he hurt his hand, so he ended up hurting his right hand a couple fights ago. We did, I think it was in Arizona. So he started working on his left, but he never stopped wanting to fire his right, and I like that. Like, oh, my hand's hurt, something's wrong with it, but he come back and try and knock the dude out with that hand, anyways. To me, that, as you've alluded to a couple of times, that's the fighting spirit that we all enjoy and like. Okay, everybody's going to deal with adversity, and if you're not, it's how do you deal with the adversity? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty funny. She said Tio's dad will never step back. It's hilarious. I just saw it pop up. That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling. Go ahead, Remy.
Remy, you there?
Yeah, I think Vargas should be, got it that way, especially given what his father dealt with early in his career, going in with killer after killer. And I think that's more so what it was too. Even with the Trinidad fight, he was fighting like tough comp back to back too. So with Emiliano, it's like you definitely see something there. He got talent, he got the look. He could be the complete package if he's able to come along the right way and fix all his flaws before he's fighting on the world level. Like I would say he's behind guys like Floyd Schofield and like Abdullah right now.
Oh yeah.
But he's right on the heels of figuring it out and putting it all together. So just keep bringing him along. Don't rush him. Make sure he in the right spots. Then they have the thing with the brothers, getting his brothers fights too. That's going to help with him growing as a star. Because it's kind of obvious, he's the most talented one. I ain't going to say kind of, it is obvious. It's rather obvious that he's the most talented one.
Yeah, father.
And, so, I think they have a lot to market there. And Top Rank, I feel like they're going to do the right thing. And they know how to move a guy like Emiliano. Like, that's their bread and
butter.
What
he's saying is they know how to move Hispanic fighters. What he's saying.
Yeah, that's
from the trees.
Antonio is fighting next week on the zone as well. So shout out to the brothers. Remy, I'm gonna go right to you. How do you feel about the young man Shushu Keratin? And do you think he's ready for somebody like the Inoues and the Nick Balls and the people he be calling out?
No, bro, and I like Shushu, but I think that he got into the pros late because he had a lot to learn, and it's still a lot there for me. I feel about him how I feel about Xander, bro, to be quite honest. I know why they want to market him, and I know why they want him. He's a New York fighter, bred and born in NY. He's a kid that he could be in the mix, with some of the top guys, but I'll be quite honest, bro. I just, when I see you getting match made like this, it's like you can't say guys like Nick Ball and Stephen Fulton are ducking you like that when they're in bigger fights. Like, it's pretty much that's why you're not getting those fights. These guys are in bigger fights. Now, with the Rafael Espinoza situation, that that looks a little but I think Rafael Espinoza would beat him pretty easy, to be quite honest. So I don't even see him barking up that tree as much as he's barking up the other. So, he probably thinks he can beat Nick Ball or Stephen Fulton, who's already moved up. So that fight's out the question. I don't see him beating NOA either. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I like Shushu. He got a lot of heart, but the heart and the energy and the love he got doesn't equal the skills, doesn't match the skills. You know what I'm saying? Alad, how do you feel about Shushu?
I love Shushu as a human, and I love that he wants all the smoke. He may not be ready for it. I personally think of all the guys at 126, I think the one he has the best chance would be Nick Ball. I think the Espinoza fight is all wrong for most guys. But I do appreciate, and it's funny, I had commented today, he called out those guys, and so, as you guys had already pointed out, some probably kid starts trashing him. I'm like, bro, do you know how many fighters don't call? I was like, imagine if Shakur or Tank or all these guys called each other out. Like, I want to do this. Let's go. You wouldn't trash him. But this guy, he does. I hope for him, here's the best thing for me. I hope he gets a title. I'm just talking 10, 15 years down the line. I hope he beats Nick Ball, whoever. And I'm telling you, once he gets out, because he's 28, that's a scary thing. He is so damn articulate and he sees it so well. I could see him being a hell of an analyst, like a hell of an analyst, because he has that to him. He can just, he's almost like, Remy might be a little too young for this, but he's almost like Big L, Trill. Remember how Big L had like that? He could almost just speed it up, slow it down, speed it up when he would talk and rap. He almost has that in him. So I hope for me, like my best wish would be let him get a title or at least a title shot against Nick Ball, see what happens. You end up, if you win, great. And then when you're done, you go work and become an analyst because he sees the game. He watches it and he studies it a lot.
Yeah, it's hard not to like Shoo.
Yeah,
it's hard not to like Shoo.
It is, man.
Yeah, and you know, son, it was crazy. Remy was talking about it about you know, Vargas, and I just got a memory. Like, yo, people forget that Fernando Vargas beat Corte and he beat Winky Wright, and people forget about his
Angry Boy Compass.
Yeah,
your boy Compass too.
People forget about his resume, which is crazy.
The Winky Wright fight was a coin flip. It's the who got the right promoter. But yeah, it aged really well though. God, it aged well.
Yeah, it did. Then you got The Return. Y'all ready for this? This is The Return. I'm going straight to you, Remy. I hope you prepared. I'm good. This is The Return of the GWOAT.
I didn't even see it.
The Return of the GWOAT. How do you feel, Remy, about the return of the GWOAT? Was you looking forward to the return of the GWOAT, and why?
Of course, but the girl she fought made it. Oh man, that shit was annoying to see because she was not coming to fight, bro. Like that shit was annoying. I expected it to be a better fight. Some of it looked kind of sloppy at times, bro, because Carissa was trying to attack her and she wasn't doing shit. Like she wasn't even taking counter opportunities earlier in the fight, so it was kind of getting on my nerves. But and I missed some parts of it because I was at work. So
now, what do you think that Carissa can do to help? All right, because I'm one of the people. I love Carissa Shields, and I love what she stands for. And you know, but I have to be honest. When I'm looking at resumes and I'm looking at people, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't have that impressive resume, right? She has the accomplishments, but against who? Am I wrong for saying that?
I feel like it's just her era and it's not her fault. So with Clarissa, I think given how dominant she's been, it's not fair to her for us to have that perspective in a way, just simply because she's not in control of the opponents she has, and she kind of got all the best opponents out the way rather quickly. Like that, she fought them in the first half of her career. The Hannah Gabriels, Emma Cozens, Franchone, like they all were the best. Savannah Marshall, they all were the best available. So like she would have to lose a lot of weight to even be in anywhere near weight range to fight the women who have the cachet for her to get credit for the fights. And to be honest with you, like if she were to fight Katie Taylor at 154 or whatever and beat her, I would not give a fuck. Like it just because it wouldn't feel right. It would just feel like, okay, the bigger woman won. And other than that, I would only want to see her in again with someone like Franchone, Shadeja Green, Savannah Marshall again. Like that's pretty much all it's up. Or the Layla fight, might as well create a big money fight out of it. I don't know if y'all seen the clip of Ali's ex-wife, Kalila, saying that Layla needs to stay in the kitchen. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. She was mad. She was mad too. She was like, she wanted Carissa Shields. She was rooting for Carissa Shields to beat her up. You know what I'm saying? Is that the same one, Remy? That was crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think, Remy? What do you think Carissa can do to sway fans? Right? It seems like not as I used to feel like I had to speak up for her, like, but then it seemed like she was doing things to hurt that. So I'm like, what do you think Carissa Shields can do to be more likable or do you think that you like this non-likable Clarissa? I feel like if she was more likable, she would have more fans and sell more. Go ahead, Alain.
So, real quick, because I saw somebody take a shot at me. I didn't see the fight because I was working. Sorry. But that's the only reason I didn't see the fight. And I just had to use the restroom. Anyway.
Karma, stop starting trouble and come on to the show. Stop starting trouble.
I think so. The Carissa Shields, again, it's kind of like Floyd. The one you don't see behind the scenes you would like, but I think she doesn't think that one would make any money. You know what I mean? I think she thinks she got to run her mouth and all that other stuff and do all this stuff that she does because I feel like she's like, I got to play the villain. If I don't play the villain, you know, then people aren't going to want to see me lose. Like, if she was nice, it'd be like, all right, whatever. But now a lot of people will probably come out to want to see her lose. She's ultra talented. It's just, again, she's like Usyk in it's a microcosm. She's super talented. She's way more talented than anybody in this era. And again, she's exposing, obviously the bigger women they're not going to be as many big women. It's just the way they're built. They're going to be smaller women. The talented women are going to be in the lower divisions. If she can't make it, she can't make it. But the Carissa Shields that you see where you just talk to her and sit down and do an interview like off the side and just say, hey, how are you, is totally different than the one you see. And that's a slippery slope because you might gain some fans, but then you might lose the ones who want you to just be that villain. Yeah, but she can fight. I think she would beat the hell out of Kaylee Taylor. Like, I understand Katie Taylor has the 3 wins against Amanda Serrano, and I get it, the pound for pound and all that stuff. But let's be to Remy's point. Like, if they came up and met at 154, come on, let's stop. Let's stop with this craziness.
Yeah. Remy, same question to you. Like, what do you think Carissa can do to gain some more fanfare or to get people to like her more? Because it seems like people are not really on the Carissa train like they are with all these other fighters. What do you think? If she could do something more, or do you think she could do something better?
I think that ship kind of sailed, and she's the type where she's gonna be herself regardless, you know. And I don't exactly have a problem with it because all in all, she's still a fighter. And like, if you watch her movie, The Fire Inside, you get a reason why she kind of has that edge to her. It's something that's like pre-built in her. It's a defense mechanism based on things she's had to deal with in her life. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like her preset reaction to most things, and I understand it, but I don't think she should focus on being likable because, like, all in all, bro, she'll end up being an icon for what she's done no matter what. You know, she'll be the icon she's supposed to be, whether they're giving her flowers now. When the records reflect, you know, she's going to have to be in the conversation for best female athletes of all time, you know.
Fighters. Yeah, fighters for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I think she should, I think people should kind of appreciate it because she's definitely winding down. And she's giving me the vibes that she wants out of boxing. You know, she wants to make some money and leave. So I could see that.
I mean, you know, we talk crap and stuff like that. And, you know, and I'm not for no elderly abuse. Totally against it.
No.
But if they make the fight between Layla Ali and Carissa Shields, are y'all tuning in?
No.
I'm tuning in.
I'm tuning in for sure. I'll be watching for sure.
You're not going to watch.
The press conference should be really good.
That's what I would watch. I'd be interested in the verbal, but come on, she hasn't fought in 16 years. Come on, man, what are we doing? What are we like? I don't want to see her beat up a geriatric at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you, but like Adam was saying, it would be huge.
Oh, it'd be massive. I'm an isolated person, but yes, it would be massive. It'd be one of the biggest fights ever. We wanted, and the older ones of us wanted Ann Wolfe, Ali, and it never happened. Like, because Ann Wolfe, that, I'm telling you, that would have been it. But yeah.
Yeah, she. Oh man, that Ward knockout is forever will forever live in folklore. Woo. That was one of the best knockouts, male or female, in the history of boxing. The best overhand right I've ever seen.
Yeah, my God, man, that was on par with like a Louis Rockmont knockout, where just boom, and just
sledgehammer, knock down goes the tree.
knocked her out before she hit the ground.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, that was an incredible knock. I still remember seeing her with those
No.
red, white, and blue
Yeah.
American shorts on, man.
Yeah. But no, it would be a massive fight. It would be on Netflix. It would, it would do great numbers or whatever. I just don't want to see an old woman get beat up, man.
Yeah, I think Clarissa's gonna be way too fast for her at this stage.
Way too fast.
Yeah. Next week we got some fights, but before we get into next week's fights and stuff that's coming on, and after that as well, it's winding down. We got a big fight coming in September. Both of you gentlemen know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. We're getting closer and closer. People are changing. People are flip-flopping. I done seen some diehard Canelo fans say Bud got this. I done seen some diehard Bud fans saying, Canelo got this. I'm still the same. They make weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Please enlighten me.
I'm not gonna say anything you don't know. All I'm gonna say is it's up to Canelo. I think now look, I will pick Crawford. I think Canelo's gonna fight the wrong fight. I think if Canelo goes in and does what the other dude who just fought Pacquiao should have done, and just rush him and try and stamp him out and impose his will, I think he could break him down. I don't think he's going to do that. I think Canelo's more worried probably about his lungs. And if it's even after 6, watch out. Because people don't realize a couple things. One, Terrence is big, man. Terrence is.
Oh, I don't know. We're having technical difficulties right there. Something but just happened.
I'm good. I just he went out for me too.
I said, was that me? I
think that was Aladdin.
Okay, that was our bro Aladdin, but he will be back. Aladdin will definitely be back. Now, Remy, the question to you, my brother, in the fight with Canelo and Crawford. I see my man Adam. He's in the comment section. He says he got Crawford. That's what's up. Me, I'm old school, man. I still believe in this weight classes. If anybody can do it, though, right? If anybody can do it, I definitely think that Crawford can do it.
Sorry about that.
No, all good.
I don't know. I got a phone call. I don't know what you heard. Literally, all I said was that it's going to be up to Canelo. If Canelo pushes the envelope and steps on him, he should be able to break him down and probably end up as a unanimous decision. But I don't see it happening. I just think I don't know, if it's even after 3, I see Crawford starting to take them rounds because we all have seen Canelo gas out. I think Crawford has seen the Lara fight. I've seen the Bivol fight. There's just one is a competitive spirit that, as you guys know, when you're younger, it's called Win Your Kings. So you can see it where the dudes are always competing in everything. And that's Crawford right now. He's just literally, even though he's older, he's the older fighter. He's the younger guy when it comes to these rounds, these hard rounds and all that. Yes, I agree there's weight classes for a reason and all that, but it's not like Canelo started out as this big dude. He was a lower weight too. If Crawford can take the punches, if he can take the power, it'll get interesting in a hurry because he's not gonna wear out. Canelo, I could really see him overthinking this and being like, all right, let me not try and step on him. Let me fight a cool, calculated fight, and then it's gonna be interesting.
You Remy, because like you were saying, if anybody, like I was just saying actually before you came back in, I feel like if anybody can beat the odds, and beat the whole myth of there's weight class for a reason, it's definitely Terrence Crawford. He's really strong. He's a strong guy.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's something that you said was a concern with me, Aladdin. It was was Canelo going to overthink?
I think he might.
Right? Was he going to overthink this? This is a simple fight, but he can make it bad by overthinking, right? And feel like, oh, I can go out here and try to outbox. If he does that, then he's going to play right into Terrence Crawford, and then he will lose a unanimous decision. And he will get bruised up a lot trying to play the boxing game. I feel like he should oppose his will, like you were saying, and be the bigger man and do that. Go to the body and bring the fight to Crawford. Remy, same question to you. Who do you feel wins this fight, and who are you leaning for?
I feel like it predicates completely on what y'all saying about Crawford being able to take the power. Because if he can, then that means he's going to be able to dance on Canelo all night. He got the better footwork. He's going to be he should be the faster fighter on the night. And if his power is affecting Canelo, then it's going to be a tough fight for Canelo to even remotely try to get into. I think it would be important for him to I think if Canelo is going to win this fight, honestly, and it'd be like a real win, like a serious win, he's going to have to cut the ring off like really, really soon, be in Bud's face, pressure him, make Bud make the ring feel small, and I don't think he has that in his arsenal. So I think Canelo's going to probably try to play counterpuncher in this fight, and that's when Bud's going to outbox him. That's why I think it's really, at this stage of Canelo's career, like from what I've been seeing of him lately, I think he'd only take fights like this if he felt like he could win. So part of me feels like, he might be playing possum for Bud. He might have been playing possum, period, his last few fights, just coasting, trying to just, make sure he doesn't give up too much, do too much, make it a tougher fight than it got to be, things like that. But, I highly doubt that either. So I think he's just where he is, and the Terrence Crawford fight is the safest fight right now. And Bud has the opportunity to do something really, really, really spectacular. I don't know if, I think Turkey's on Bud's side, so I don't know if Canelo can. He's gonna have to knock Bud out, I think, too. To be quite honest, I don't think, Canelo and Turkey have the best relationship. Particularly, I think he's gonna try to sucker Bud into I think this is something I really think is gonna happen too. The fight week, like closer to the fight, he's gonna try to push Bud's buttons and try to really test his mind and have a little mental warfare game with him and see if he can get him to fight him away for him to, he's gonna say, you're gonna run, he's gonna say stuff like that. You're just gonna run, I'm gonna have to chase you. He's gonna say stuff like that to try to sucker, lure Bud out.
Yo, Remy, if I'm Bud, and I apologize to any viewers in there, because I'm not trying to be racist, but if I'm Bud, I walk to the ring with 5 people in ice outfits, ice agent costumes, and have him, because that's how Canelo lost that Floyd fight. Obviously with skill, but when Floyd showed up with the Mexican colors and the sombrero, that was it. I'm telling you, he got in him right there. But look, bring them ice agents with you, like fake ice agents. Obviously, don't bring real ice agents there, and don't mess with nobody's money. But have him come at you the whole fight, just start counterpunching him. That's how you get under his head.
Yeah, he'll piss him off. Oh man, that would make him so mad.
Adam's out here cooking, by the way.
Yeah. Adam was in here doing his thing. He knows
cooking, man.
He knows his boxing right now.
Hey, Adam cooking.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Shout out to Adam in the chat right now. Question: we brought up Turkey Al-Sheikh, and we brought up the fact that he's putting up the money for it. Do you think that's the reason why, right? We get in this fight is because Turkey Al-Sheikh is putting up this bet, and it's not the David Benavidez fight.
No, he don't want to fight David Benavidez.
So this was the latter. This was the latter.
Because he knows it's coming.
So this was the latter.
Fight through that 168. Come on, man.
Where's the troublemaker? The troublemaker herself.
Holy.
The troublemaker herself.
Holy.
The troublemaker.
How you doing, Carmel?
Hello,
Hey,
Carmel.
Remy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run it down, but before we get you, Carmen, we run down all these questions all fast to you real quick that I got a chance to conversate with these fine gentlemen. I got a question for you guys. Did y'all see Turkey Al-Sheik's comment to Tim Tszyu after that loss.
Dirty work.
Yeah, I thought I was disgusted. Is
Dirty
it
work.
just me?
No, it's not you. Sorry, ladies first. Sorry, go.
Oh, wait, finish. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Aladdin. I'm gonna let her cook. She gonna have a whole.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Aladdin.
No, that's dirty work, especially for somebody that's never fought before and all this. That is dirty work. And I'm glad people were grabbing the screen grabs because he's acting like a 5-year-old with that. Tim Tszyu did nothing to disrespect you. Remy probably knows better than me, but he didn't pass some sort of test. There was some cut or something. Then he had to defend his belt against Fundora. It wasn't like he ever diked you. All the only thing he ever said about one fight is he wanted to do it in Australia. It was nothing disrespectful. I think most of us were looking forward to that originally Tszyu versus Ortiz fight. Originally, that was supposed to happen. But that's nasty work. You don't, especially coming from like a guy like that's never clearly been in the ring, whatever. A lot of us have never, a lot of people, like you don't handle, like I know a lot of people who have never fought, but you respect fighters because you, like I said earlier, you can change. One night can change you. And that's nasty work.
Yeah, you can tell Turkey Al-Sheik never punched anything.
Yeah, and because you're putting up the money, you're allowed to talk like that? No, man. No. Come on, man.
No. Not at all. Remy, did you see that work from Mr. Turkey Al-Sheik?
Yeah, it actually got sent to me in a group. It was a disgusting situation. Like Aladdin said, he pretty much covered all the bases of it, bro. It's really disgusting coming from a guy promoting shows. You're supposed to have the safety of the fighters in mind. So for him to like broadly display that type of energy towards the fighter all because he didn't want to be on a card, like it was extremely childish. Like, and it was just unbecoming to somebody who actually grew up in this sport or cares about this sport for real.
Yeah, once again, man, I want to say thank you to Aladdin and thank you to Remy for joining me on the second episode of the Commissioner's Recap. Finally, we got Karma, Serene, the big bully, in the comment section.
I'm a bully. A bully?
Yeah.
Karma, before I go, I said I didn't see the fight because I was working. You went like, you gave me 2 thumbs down. I'm doing the Zayas fight.
He hit you with the work and the quotations.
Like, what?
He hit you with the quotations working. Yeah, Karma, just real fast. I gotta get your input. Last week it was a lot going on. We seen the return of Clarissa Shields, and there was a lot of other fights too. We seen the Vargas boy. Fernando Vargas, boy Emilio getting in there, and we seen Shoo get in there last week.
I didn't see Shoo's fight.
You didn't see Shoo?
Maybe somebody was working can tell me what happened.
I can send it to you. We're friends, right? Online. I can send it to you. I'll send you the show. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll send it to you right now.
Much love, Aladdin. Thank you so much.
Man. Salute that general.
I really appreciate you.
Salute that general, my man. Y'all be good now.
All right, holla at you, Aladdin.
Shout out to Aladdin, man. Aladdin dope, man. Shout out to Aladdin for coming through. It really means a lot, man. See, I got the top ranked heavyweights in here and stuff like that. You see me flexing and stuff like that. And I got my main man Remy in here, Mr. Cigar Talk himself, giving you the real facts on boxing. These are real knowledgeable brothers about the sport that I love so much, and that's boxing. Karma, are you there?
I'm here.
I got a question for you. Did you see the return of the GWOAT?
I did. She did her thing.
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
How you feeling about the GWOAT right now, these days?
She got to move up. She has to move up. Move down. Move back down. Mm-hmm. She needs to be at like 160, 168 highest. What is she at now? 175?
Now she's a heavyweight.
Yeah, so there's no competition. I never saw Daniels before this fight, and I never want to see her again, honestly. She got on the big stage and crapped the bed.
Yeah, she stunk it the fuck up, Karma.
I'm disappointed because I went back because I never seen her fight before. I did go back and watch a couple of her fights, and she did well. But, I mean, those girls obviously weren't Clarissa, not on her level, but to get in there and fight like that, I'm very disappointed in her. I never want to see her again on my screen. That was awful.
Yeah, she didn't try to win. She didn't come to win.
She didn't at all. And the thing is, when she was in exchanges, she was catching. Well, she was catching Clarissa because she was pissing her off and probably threw her off her game. But that was just a stinky performance. She need to be ashamed of herself. We need a public. We need to bring back shame. We need a public shaming.
Now I feel like she was just happy to be there and wanted to take pictures.
Well, the thing is, when you're on when you're on a big stage like that, what sold out 15,000, show up, show your
We
skills.
gotta stop having girls that got crushes on her try to fight her. That's what they need to stop doing. You know what I'm saying? Stop picking girls that think she's cute, and they try to go in there and try to win these fights. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know about that.
What are you thinking? You know, she did call out the daughter of the great,
Child.
and she said she had 15 million for her. She's called out Layla Ali. What do you think about that fight? Do you want to see it?
I don't, but I'm gonna watch it if it's on my screen. If it's presented to me, I am absolutely will watch it.
Are you going?
Just like we watched the Mike Tyson fight. We watched Mike Tyson get in there at a ripe old age of what 60, and I don't know what he did, but he did what he did, and I will watch Layla too. I don't think when she said that she wanted 15 million, I think that was like just rhetorical. Like, yeah, if you throw a bag at me, that's like when people ask online, "Oh, will you slap your mom for $10 million?" You're not gonna slap your mom. You're not gonna do it.
$10 million is a lot of money.
It is, but you're not gonna slap your mom. You're not gonna slap your mom. Let's be for real. I think she was just saying that. I don't think she's gonna get. She hasn't fought what 16, 17 years. It's almost 2 decades.
Yes.
So it's a little bit less about age because we saw Pacquiao. Well, he's a little bit more active, but we saw Pacquiao get in there at his ripe old age.
Yeah,
So
but
I mean,
it's a possibility that this can happen. Yours truly, Trey, saying, "What's up, Karma?" You know what I'm saying? What a tremendous panel. Yes, I had the pleasure of having some dope guests on here on this second episode of the Commissioner's Recap. Like I said, I had Top Ranks Finest. I had Aladdin in the building. I had Remy, Mr. Sakar talking himself, and I have Miss Karma Shireen in the building right now, and with a whole bunch of dope people that was in the comment section as well coming through to show love. We had E-Money Bags, we had Abbas come through, we had Rico, KO Boxing in the building. We had everybody come through to show love, and I really appreciate it. The Real Mojo was on here with us as well, man. We had the squad in here, so I just wanted to thank you. That's right, it is the dream team. You know, it is the dream team, and I'm honored to be speaking boxing with you wonderful people. Now let's backtrack because I got a chance to talk to Remy and Aladdin about the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk, and what he did to Daniel Dubois, triple knee. But I didn't get a chance to speak to you, Miss Karma, since this fight happened and took in place. What do you think? What do you think, and how you feeling?
I think they need to stop fighting Usyk twice because everybody goes into it like, what can we do to beat Usyk this time around? But everybody's forgetting Usyk collected all this data on you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we know with fighters, they don't tend to change too much from fight to fight. Even if they pick up a little thing here, that'll just be something you picked up. It's not something that is already implemented in your game as part of your style. He was going to do Daniel dirtier the second time around. Why did they take that fight? I understand what they're trying to do with Daniel, what Frank Warren is trying to do with Daniel, but that was not a good idea.
That was old fish eyes getting some money. That's
That
what
was
that was.
not a good idea.
That was old
That
fish
was
eyes getting
not a good
some
idea.
Shout out
Now
to old
you have to build this guy back up after you built him up again. Now, where does Daniel go from here?
That's
They're
what
saying he's going to fight you.
I think though, Karma, when you think about it though, Karma, it's kind of like, what else was he gonna do? Because even with that Joseph Parker matchup, I thought Dubois, like even with that Joseph Parker matchup, I thought that could have been a banana in the tailpipe and been a dumbass move, you know? Because like you would have fought Joseph Parker and you would have been the guy coming to coming with the hot streak, and you
That's
got the
true.
belt. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is
He's
true.
on a hot streak with no belt. You're on a hot
True.
streak with a belt. So you're really about to possibly get sideswiped right there, because Parker would have had a perfect style to beat Dubois. I thought he was gonna win that fight. I had
I
picked
did
Joseph
too.
Parker
I
in
did
that
too.
fight.
That's why he
So
got sick.
My
yeah, he
man.
got sick. He's like, well, hold on, let me wait out Usyk. Fuck all this. And it was the money for sure. I would say though, Karma. I think it was straight money. Like, I don't think they came into this fight really giving a fuck if Daniel won or not. It was just too big of a bag to be got for
True.
them. And maybe he does better. Maybe he can knock out Usyk this time. I don't think they had a true game plan either. Because when I watched what Daniel went in there and did, it's like I didn't hear about him bringing in nobody new for camp. I didn't hear about him. Even when he was talking about the fight, he didn't really say what he do different. Like, he didn't seem to have a different mentality. He just seemed more arrogant than their first fight. So, yeah, I think he should learn from this though. And the good thing about it is Usyk's older, so it may be a time where he can rule the division. Like that, the jury's still out on that, but I don't think he could beat Caballero either. I think that's somebody else that'll beat him also.
I got a question coming for you, Remy, in a second. There's a question for you, Karma. Who do you think can beat Alexander Usyk?
Out of this current crop, nobody. They got to jump him.
Nobody.
They got to jump him. They got to send Big Andy Ruiz in there and Big Baby Miller to block his vision, and then Wilder and Joshua got to come like catty corner and just start pounding him on the head. That's the only way they're gonna beat him. That's the only way they're beating him.
They can jump him.
That's the only way, Karma.
They gotta
he
jump
whooping
him.
their ass. He is out here whooping their ass.
The next fight is probably going to be Usyk and JP. And you say JP is just going to get beaten on too. But here's one for you, Remy, because you did mention Daniel Dubois and where he goes next. Here's a question. Daniel Dubois called out Tyson Fury. This is from Turnbuckle Talk. Shout out to our bro, Turnbuckle Talk. Daniel Dubois called out Tyson Fury. How do y'all see that fight playing out? I'm swinging that to you, Remy.
When did he do this?
Knock Fury out. he fuck around and knock Tyson out. Tyson might be done.
He might be.
Tyson might be done. He's. I think he's just trying to make some bread.
And make sure
smart for him to fight.
Turnbuckle Talk. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to Turnbuckle Talk.
That's my God. Peace.
That's our bro right there. You already know how we rock it. But yeah, we'll finish what you were saying, Remy.
I think the smartest move for Fury would be trying to fight AJ before he went after Dubois. Because AJ is a bit more broken. Sorry, Karma. AJ is a bit more on the downslide. So the smarter move would be to make that AJ bag as soon as possible. Hopefully AJ get back soon and get a tune-up fight in or something. Just get back active, get back in the saddle, and then Fury fights AJ at Wembley. Does a huge crowd. Then they revisit. Then they visit the Daniel Dubois fight. But Daniel Dubois, really, if I'm him, I would try to fight AJ again, too. Like, I would try to get something in the interim to where I wouldn't have to fight a guy like Caballero or someone like Zhang or anything like that. Like, I want to fight. I know I'm going to make some money, and I won already, and try to wait out how stuff plays out, because losing to Usyk again going to push you back. You lost your belt. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like you got to reroute, figure out something new, and then come back and try to get all the older guys that'll be big money fights. If I'm Dubois, I'll try to fight Wilder. I'll try to fight everybody but Parker and fucking Caballero. Everybody else will be on the menu but Parker and Caballero, and yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, we got him back in here. Boom. I think Moses Atama is young, motivated, strong, fast hands. So I think that's a good fight for him, provided he proves himself.
No, we gotta stop. We gotta let these fighters build up and go through some stuff before we just start anointing them. Because look what we did. Especially us boxing fans, we're toxic. As soon as they lose, look, I knew he was a hype job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just baby steps. He's good. Let him take the steps and get
Yeah.
his work in.
Yeah, they did. I remember they were like comparing fucking Abdullah to Tank and shit, like a year ago. Like that. I said that and something. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? Like, come on now. Like, let's let these dudes. You can't compare them fighting prospect fights to these champions. What they're doing, having close fights. Like
Exactly.
Like, yes, they're getting knockouts against bums. It's not confusing at all. That's what that person is there for, to get knocked out and make this prospect look good. For you to be saying crazy shit like he can beat a prime champion.
That's what they do. They be drawing the young kids in the fire too fast. Is what you trying to say, Remy?
Yes, bro. And disrespecting the hell out of the vets and the guys who are already established.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Karma, you seen your man return, right? Manny Pacquiao. The return of Manny Pacquiao.
So, I didn't see that. I was at the BAM fight.
You was at the BAM
fight. I was at a real fight.
Right. You was at the BAM fight.
What? I didn't know you were there.
Yeah,
I was there too.
Remy, I waved at you. I don't know if you were looking at you were looking right in my direction, and I waved like my hands. I was
zoned up. Oh my god!
And I was like, either he.
Why you ain't hit me up? You should have texted me.
My phone died because I don't know why it died.
I didn't know you were at the fight.
I was at a real boxing match. I did not see that fight.
He said I was at the real boxing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, Karma. If Najee wasn't, he was. I don't think he ended up going, but he applied to Pacquiao Barrios. If he didn't, I would have probably went to that one too. I'm not gonna lie. I would have probably went to that too.
You're crazy.
I would have wanted to get that Manny interview. Like,
you're crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, the Manny Pacquiao, man, and then you had I want to get your last take before we get out of here. I want to see about the Sebastian Fondora and Tim Tszyu. Did you get a chance to catch up on that fight either? How did you feel?
I felt bad for Tim Tszyu because I felt like he did not need to take it the first time, and he definitely didn't need to take it the second time.
Just like that. I want to thank y'all everybody for joining the Commissioner's Recap. Hosted by me, yours truly. And I want to thank everybody in the chat that came through, and show love. I want to thank, shout out to Turnbuckle Talk, and shout out to Adam, shout out to Trey, shout out to yours truly, Trey, shout out to the Real Mojo, shout out to Remy, shout out to Aladdin, shout out to everybody that came through today, man. I really appreciate it. Abbas, E-Money Baz, my man Eric from Up North Boxing, even ReKO Boxing. Shout out to him as well. I want to give him love as well. Shout out to him for coming through. Definitely shout out to Miss Karma Serene. Thank you. Every time I get to see you on here and talk boxing with you, it's always a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Please tell the people where they can find you at, Miss Karma.
You can find me at Karma Serene on everything, all socials.
All socials. And Karma Serene, we got to link in. Next week when we do the recap. You got to be here on time so we can do episode 3. I want to.
You know what? I started watching the show.
That's crazy.
And I was getting into.
That's crazy. You were supposed to be on the show, but you was watching the show.
And I commented, and then I was like, "Oh wait, let me go look for the link."
That's crazy.
Sorry. I'm a psychopath. Sorry.
Nah, I appreciate you though. I appreciate you for coming through. It means a lot. Remy, big shout out to you, Mr. Cigar Talk yourself. Please tell the people where they can find you at.
At WSB Remy on all socials, man. Shout out to the chat. I see y'all in there showing love, man. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of content going forward coming from me too, y'all. I'm gonna be at a lot more fights this year. I went to a few already recently, but I'm definitely gonna be going to a lot more. And if y'all see me there, man, say what's up. Sorry, Karma, because I definitely wanted to see you if I knew you were there.
Yo, once again, man, thank you everybody from the bottom of my heart. We've been rocking for 2 hours right now. This is a special edition. My show is only supposed to be an hour, but we did 2 hours today, man, because I got a chance to talk boxing with some really, really dope guests. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. I'm just a guy over here that just loves boxing and love talking with some great boxing minds. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. I am the Commissioner, a.k.a. Trill. Bill, Rae Trilogy, the street EO of iBoxing Hub, not the CEO, the street EO of iBoxing Hub USA. Don't forget, next week I'll be dropping my single, the new song, Topic of Discussion. You heard me? Topic of Discussion. You see my cover, right? I've been fooling.
You fucking hilarious, bro.
I've been having fun with it. You dig? I've been having fun with it, man. I've been loving it and having fun with everything, man. This has been everything, man. So I just wanted to thank everybody and thank the iBoxing Hub channel for giving me an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to show love to everybody and show love to the sport that I love so much. That's right, yours truly, Trey. He loved the cover, man. And we out of here. Much love, much respect. It's the commission. Feels good. Feels good. We the topic of discussion. Whisper in the ear, had a blush. Saying what it is, what it was. Baby, we the topic of discussion. Do you want to roll with a boss? You don't gotta worry about the cost. I'm high up, baby, I'm a star. I'm highly up, baby, I'm in charge.